everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I turned exactly 25 and a half years old and I thought that this would be a very good time to share 25 lessons that I've learned in 25 years of my life up until now. So without further ado, let's quickly begin. Time once gone can never be recalled. This is probably the most important lesson of all. My dad has always taught me this since I was a child, but I didn't understand it until a couple years ago. So a couple years ago, I was at a very weird place in my life where I was allowing some toxic people to make me feel like hell. I was doing everything according to the society's norms and others' expectations, and all of this was driving me crazy and not giving me even a single second of happiness. But one day I realized that I just spent so many years staying unhappy, and I chose to stay unhappy by doing things according to others' expectations, whereas I could have lived those years happily and doing the things that I love doing. My life could have been so different and so happy. So please do the things that you love, do the things that make you happy and fill your heart with joy, because every single second of your life, you're never gonna get them back, ever. It may sound sad to some people, but if you shift your perspective a little bit, then you would see that it is so freeing. You do not have to conform your life to somebody's expectations, and you do not have to put up with toxic people. And this brings me to my lesson number 2. Some people are toxic, stay away from them. I know that it is easier said than done, especially for people pleasers. I've been in your shoes, but let me tell you this, if you put up with those people, you're gonna for sure drive yourself crazy. And you will for sure regret your decision of spending time with that friend that leaves you feeling exhausted and unhappy after you spend time with them. So do yourself a favor and cut them out of your life. Life is too precious to waste your time and energy on people that make you feel like crap. Time heals most wounds. I know it's a cliche, but it cannot be more true. No matter how hurt you feel right now because of your breakup, no matter how bad you feel because of those job rejections, you will feel better over time. Just be patient and have faith. People don't change unless they want to. This is something that I see a lot of people struggle with, especially in relationships, and if you understand this, then you're going to save yourself from so much pain and hurt. I have seen that usually one person in the relationship thinks that they're going to change the other person with persistent motivation and pep talk and support and understanding, but it doesn't work this way. If you really feel that you can change somebody, then give yourself a month max, and if you don't see anything changing, then you know it's not gonna happen. And for all of you who are in a relationship right now and you are still thinking that you can change the other person, if he or she did not change in 2 years, they're never gonna change. Not for you, not for anyone else. So if you're unhappy in this relationship, just gather all your self-respect and walk away. Looks matter, but not for long. I'm gonna be honest with you, everybody who's telling you that looks do not matter, all you need is a good heart, is lying to you. Yes, a good heart is very important to have deep, meaningful relationships and connections, but looks are important too. I mean, consider this. If 2 people are sitting on a bench, then even you would be more inclined to go and initiate conversation with the person who is more and well groomed. I said well groomed. I didn't say that the person was more beautiful, because I think that everybody is beautiful. It's just a matter of how well groomed you are and how well you can carry yourself. So my point is, yes, you should have a good heart, but there is no point of having a good heart if nobody's interested in talking to you. And you can only show your good heart if somebody talks to you, and they're only going to initiate conversation with you if you are properly groomed and looking good. But there is another thing that you need to remember. Just having good looks or focusing all your energy into grooming yourself is not going to result into deep, meaningful relationships and connections. Yes, if you are looking good, then people will initiate conversation, but if you don't have a good heart, then pretty soon they're going to walk out of your life. So remember, looks matter, but not for long. When people tell you something about themselves, believe them. This is another one of the most important lessons that I've learned. I have had friends who've told me, you know, I just take people for granted. Some people tell me that, you know what, I get bored easily from people, so I shift from one person to other. And somebody told me that they would chase people so much, and once they have them in their life, they would just leave. And there are so many more examples like that. But my reply to all of them was, oh, don't say that. You don't know that. You're such a nice person. And if you really believe this, then you don't know yourself so much. Boy, oh boy, that was like one of the stupidest things that has ever come out of my mouth. Because I didn't realize that nobody knows them better than themselves, so the next time somebody tells you something about themselves, don't question them, don't try to change their mind, don't try to be nice, just believe them. Travel. I love going to new places, exploring the different cultures and how people live their lives in different parts of the world. It gives you so many beautiful memories to cherish, and you experience some of the most amazing things that you wouldn't have experienced otherwise. Always listen to your intuition. If only I would have listened to my gut all the time, I would have saved myself so much trouble in the past. And I don't think I even need to give you examples of this because you would have plenty of such examples yourself. So the next time you have a gut feeling, listen to it, because more often than not, you know the answer before you even realize it. My parents are actually cool. The more I talk to others about how their experience about their childhood and with their parents has been, I realize that I have one of the best parents anybody can have. They have showered me with so much love every single moment of my life, and they continue to do so. And they're so cool, like they're my best friends and I can talk to them about anything. There just seems to be no generation gap at all between us. Don't make excuses for people who aren't pulling their weight. I believe us girls are really guilty of this because we end up making excuses for those who would not even bother giving us any clarifications. We think, okay, maybe he's busy, maybe he's tired, maybe he's working, maybe he's asleep, maybe he's not in a good mood. And because of this, we end up getting hurt, feeling ignored, and damaging our self-esteem, thinking that maybe there's something wrong with us. But that is not true, it's just a matter of priorities. If they don't treat you like a priority, they do not deserve even a single second of your life. So if a guy texts you every day and doesn't want to hang out or meet you, then you're not so important for him. Move on. And this brings me to my next lesson, which is if a boy really likes you, you'll know. Guys are not like us girls. They don't keep their feelings to themselves and then secretly keep wishing that you'll fall in love with them without even doing anything. If a guy genuinely likes you, then he'll make sure that you know it. So never chase a guy. The person you're really meant to be with will never have to be given an ultimatum, be chased, or begged. It's okay to not want to drink alcohol when everyone is. I have never believed in alcohol, and every time I'm in a situation where everybody else is having some alcoholic drink, I would be the one having a lemonade. And that's okay, that's like nothing to be ashamed of, and that does not make me any less fun. It just means that I've set some boundaries for myself and I respect myself enough to stay within those boundaries. You will drift away from friends, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It's just a part of growing up. And just because you are childhood friends does not mean that you will still want the same things like you once did. When you grow up, it might happen that you start resonating with two different things, and that might result into some distance between you two. But that doesn't mean that you don't love each other anymore or that you have become bad people or something. It's completely normal. Life's too short to have tons of regrets. Leading a life with zero regret is impossible, and you should not do everything that comes to your mind. But yes, not giving your dreams even a single chance, that's what I'm talking about. Work on your desires, your dreams at least once, and if you fail, at least you would know what happened and there would be no what ifs in your life for you to regret. Whenever I think of passing on something that I really want to do, I just remind myself of one thing. I would love to try and fail, but failing without trying, that's something I won't accept. But speaking of working on your goals, I want you to remember something, which is progress no matter how small. It doesn't matter how little you achieve today, what matters is that you achieved something. A little progress each day weighs more than a big progress one day and then doing nothing for days. Those small steps that you're taking, they would compound over time to give you big results. Never be afraid to chase your dreams. By now you'd probably know that I'm all about chasing your dreams and going after what you want. Follow your dreams every single day. There's nothing cliche about dreaming. In fact, dreams are what make your life colorful. If you don't have a dream, you have nothing to fulfill and you would have a mundane, monotonous life. You would not be growing professionally and you would not grow as an individual. So remember, it all starts with a dream and you can do anything that you set your mind to. Money isn't bad and it can make you happy to some degree. A lot of us have been taught that money is evil. Money makes people mean. Money cannot buy happiness. But as per my experience, money is good. It's quite important and it can make you happy. In fact, it's one of the essentials of living a happy life. The reason why people say all these things about money is that people usually tend to forget about the primary reason of why they wanted money in the first place. You see, when you have money, you can buy things that can bring you joy. Money can help you improve your health by helping you buy wholesome and healthy food and buying you a gym membership. You do not have to run the entire day to somehow arrange to pay your bills. You get all the time and energy to spend with your loved ones, to take care of yourself and your family, and to enjoy life. And people tend to forget all of this and they spend all of their time just chasing money. And after a certain point in time, money stops making you happy anyway. I mean, you can buy a big house, you can buy a luxury car, you can buy designer clothes, you can buy jewelry, you can go on trips, but that's it. After some time, it all comes back to the basics, your connections, your family, and you. Always make time to play. Last year, I gave into this hype of hustle hard and work harder, and I gave into this hype so much that I broke all my connections with everyone. I stopped talking to everyone. I stopped using social media and I was just working. I even stopped spending time with my parents and I live with them. Eventually, my body forced me to settle down. I used to feel so exhausted the entire day, and even after sleeping the whole night, the entire day I would feel so sleepy. After getting my blood test done, I was diagnosed with adrenal fatigue. My adrenal glands were literally tired by so much stress that I was putting them through. So my doctors recommended me to just relax and de-stress. So instead of waiting for your body to shut down, make time for yourself and for those around you. Remember, work hard, play harder. Confidence and self-love can be learned over time. Confidence and self-love may seem like personality traits, but these are actually skills that can be learned over time. Over time, you will be able to love yourself more and be more confident in your skills. Just don't give up, okay? And through experience, I can tell you that both these skills can be learned, unlearned, and then relearned again. People don't remember those things you're most embarrassed about. So I went with my dad to a very respectable lawyer once, and that was the first time that I was meeting him. So we shook hands and he said, "Hey, I am XYZ." And my reply to that was, "I know." That was, as soon as I realized that that is what I said, instead of introducing myself, I started mentally kicking myself. I was so embarrassed and I thought that I ruined my first impression, but I think that was not really the case, because afterwards he spoke very nicely to me. He appreciated me for my YouTube channel, and then he gave me some pointers as well, like for waking up early, micro behavior, NLP, hypnosis, etc. And this made me realize that we all have these stories that we replay over and over and over again in our heads after it happened. But we are the only ones who are tortured by these stories. Everyone else forgot you did it right after it happened. There's always going to be someone who doesn't like you, and that's okay. Have you ever heard this phrase? You can be the ripest, juiciest mango and there is still going to be someone who doesn't like mangoes. Well, this phrase is actually for peaches, but I like mangoes, so... But the thing is, not everybody's gonna like you, and that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. I mean, look at Jennifer Aniston. Is there something wrong with her? No, but there are still people who tweet mean things about her. And I think it's good that everybody has an inclination towards different things, because otherwise it would be so boring if everybody liked the same thing. Don't be scared to be lonely. After being bullied so much in school, when I finally made some friends in college, I clung to them. Like, I just did not want them to leave me because I was so scared of being alone. And because of that, I made some decisions that I regret even today. And even though they later started treating me terribly, I just stuck to them. But when I finally let them go and I started spending time with myself in my company, I realized how freeing it is to spend time with yourself rather than being with the wrong kind of people. Nobody knows you better than you, and so nobody can make you happier than you. Enjoy your company and stop being with the wrong people just because you're afraid of being lonely. Save a portion of your money. It's so easy to just go all out and spend all the money every month that you're earning, especially when it's the first time that you've started earning money. But life is very long and you never know when it's going to take a turn, so start saving a portion of your money every single month from the very beginning. There is no timeline for your life. It doesn't matter what you think you should be doing, it doesn't matter what others think you should be doing, and it doesn't matter what your friends are doing. Getting married, buying a home, having kids, do it when you're ready or not at all. This is your life and you are the star of it. Health is more important than looks. Don't give in to fad diets, do not restrict yourself of anything, and don't rush after weight loss. I have learned it the hard way, and after pretty much ruining my health to some degree, that healthy is a lot hotter than skinny. Just focus your energy on being fit and your weight loss goals will automatically be achieved. If there is one health tip that I can give you, then it's only make those lifestyle and dietary changes that you can follow for the rest of your life. Your body is the only one that you're gonna get. It is your temple. Treat it that way. So there you have it, guys, 25 lessons that I've learned in 25 years. If you wish to know 3 bonus lessons, then make sure that you check out my Instagram page and follow me there. Now leave one lesson that you have learned in your life in the comment section below, and let's be wise together. I hope that you found this video helpful. Make sure to give it a like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel by pressing this button. And while you're still here, make sure that you check out these 2 videos. I am pretty sure you're gonna love them. I'll see you soon in the next video. Until then, keep loving, keep dreaming. This is Ruchika Srivastava signing off.